It was a cold Sunday morning when Emily nervously walked into the cafe downtown. Her fingers trembled slightly as she checked her reflection on her phone screen, her first blind date in years. She wasn't sure what to expect. Her best friend had set it up, saying the guy was kind, respectful, and looking for something serious. Emily had been through enough heartbreaks to not believe easily, but something about this felt different. She adjusted her cream-colored sweater and took a seat by the window, the sunlight falling gently on her face. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air, calming her nerves for a moment. Minutes later, the cafe door opened, and a tall man in a gray suit walked in. He had a confident yet calm demeanor, the kind that drew attention without trying. He spotted Emily and smiled warmly before walking toward her table. "Emily," he asked softly. She nodded, feeling her heartbeat quicken. "I'm Ethan," he said, sitting across from her. The conversation started awkwardly, as most first meetings do. They talked about work, hobbies, and how awkward blind dates could be. But soon, Emily realized there was something very grounded about Ethan. Despite his confident look, he listened more than he spoke, and his eyes showed genuine interest whenever she talked. They laughed over silly stories, and for the first time in years, Emily felt comfortable with someone she'd just met. She told him about her struggles, juggling 2 part-time jobs while finishing her degree, how she sometimes skipped lunch to save money, and how hard it was to trust people after being left alone when life got tough. Ethan didn't interrupt or try to offer quick advice. He just listened quietly, nodding, occasionally smiling with a look of quiet respect. She had no idea that the man sitting before her wasn't just another office worker, he was the CEO of a major company in the city, a millionaire known for his success and humility. But Ethan didn't mention it. He didn't want to impress her with wealth, he wanted to connect through truth. As the hours passed, their conversation flowed easily, and the world outside seemed to fade. When the waiter brought the bill, Emily instinctively reached for her small wallet. The moment she opened it, her heart sank. She had miscalculated, she didn't have enough to pay. Panic rushed through her. Her cheeks turned red, and she froze, trying to find words. Ethan noticed immediately. "Is everything okay?" he asked gently. She looked down, embarrassed. I don't think I can cover my part," she whispered, her voice trembling. Ethan leaned slightly forward, his tone calm and kind. "Emily," he said, "it's on me." She looked up, surprised. "No, I can't let you do that. It's our first meeting, and I don't want to look," he smiled, cutting her off softly. "Hey, it's okay. You don't owe me anything. I asked you to spend time with me, not to pay for it. It's on me, really." Tears welled in her eyes. Not because of the bill, but because of how he said it, not as a favor, but with respect. He didn't make her feel small. Instead, he made her feel seen. They walked out of the cafe together, the sun setting behind them, painting the sky in soft shades of gold and pink. As they stood outside, Ethan looked at her and said, "You know, sometimes the best connections come from the simplest moments, not the fancy ones." She smiled, a little shy but grateful. "You're not like most people," she said quietly. He chuckled, "I could say the same about you." A few days later, Emily got an email for an interview at a large company she had applied to months ago but never heard back from. She walked into the building nervously, only to freeze when she saw a familiar face behind the glass doors, Ethan. He was standing with a group of executives. That's when it hit her, he wasn't just an ordinary man. When their eyes met, he smiled reassuringly. The interview went smoothly, and before she left, Ethan approached her. "You earned this, Emily," he said. "Your passion and hard work speak louder than anything else." She couldn't believe what was happening, her blind date had turned out to be the man who changed her life. Months later, she got the job. Their friendship grew deeper, filled with laughter, understanding, and quiet support. And one evening, as they sat again in the same cafe where they first met, Emily laughed, "Remember when I couldn't afford that coffee?" Ethan smiled warmly, "That was the best investment I ever made." They both laughed, but in that laughter was a deeper meaning. Life can surprise us when we least expect it. Moral: sometimes, destiny hides behind ordinary moments, a random meeting, a small act of kindness, or even a simple, "It's on me." The right person won't care about what you can offer, they'll care about who you truly are.